we've seen a lot happen in the last few seasons. But one of the things that I'm always curious about is that when you're an author, for example, and you're a showrunner, how do you guys negotiate what gets translated onto the screen, what gets left out, what needs to be changed? Is that an ongoing process?
It's an ongoing process that really takes its shape depending on how much blood sugar I have. I start getting hungry and I start yelling at him about things, and then they feed me and I'm very happy and placid.
And it really matters like how much I'm ignoring him at any given day.
Yeah.
So, it's you know what, we set out to adapt the story, so we're adapting it. Certain things have to change. We have done things in the series that are not in the books. We pull characters from later books into the earlier seasons. We have changed chronologies and we've altered storylines. We've built the novellas into the narrative. But all of that is a constant negotiation, and only insofar as we're trying to tell a story for a different medium, and so they have different demands and they have different strengths and there's different weaknesses.
And it's an education because the folks like me who are coming in with work habits for a novel and the toolbox that comes with that, we have to learn what this new toolbox looks like and what you can do and how things work differently. And that's been kind of amazing and wonderful.
Now, was there one particular scene or sequence that you as the author and you as a showrunner really wanted to see translate onto screen that you were just really excited about?
There's several of those.
There really are. It's the Miller and Julie Mouse scene in the middle of season 2 was
Home.
Yeah, Home. It was one of my favorites, and it's beautiful in the books, and I think it's beautiful on screen as well. And I feel like that's one of the ones that we tried super hard to be faithful to.
And I think it came together really, really well. I think that moment of catharsis in the 5th episode lands something that's really important. Yeah.
Well, we just have a fun question for you guys.
All right.
Okay. If you were given a choice to be an Earther, a Martian, or a Belter, what would you guys choose?
I'd pick Mars.
Go with Mars. Yeah. Now, they've got the best tech. The food supply is safe. There's not a lot of travel.
Exactly.
And I run Apple. I run an Apple environment, and of the 3, that is the one that's most like an Apple environment.
Yeah. I think we're of the same mind here.
He runs Apple too.
All right, I know you get asked a lot, but is there anything that we can expect that might be a surprise to book readers in season 3?
Oh my yes. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. No. There are some things that are about, again, the constraints of a different media that require shifts from what we did in the books that are absolutely the right thing to do and are going to come together beautifully and are going to be exactly what people expect.
So obviously we know, especially with the two of you, there was some major interactions happening this last season. Especially you had to make a big decision. And, what do you think will be kind of what's coming up for the two of you? Will there be additional interactions? Could there be any, switching sides again?
That's what my character wishes for, that there would be additional interactions and that there would be a sort of mutual understanding between these two women and that there would be an amazing friendship at the end. That's what I'm hoping for episode 5.
I'm hoping that Bobby meets some of the other characters. Not that I was a bad companion.
No,
but
it's been
the two of them for a long time.
Exactly.
It's time to hang out with some new people.
Yes. People their age.
Yeah, people my age. Yeah.
That don't want to kill you.
My only friend is Officer.
The ones that don't want to kill you, though, right?
Ones that don't want to kill you. Well, they can try.
That's true. Both of you are baddest in your own way on the show.
Oh, yeah.
We need to do badasses.
We're a dream team. Yeah. We could just do it. Why don't we just do it ourselves?
Go kick the badasses ass.
How wonderful is that, though, to be on a show that really does not shy away from writing and portraying very powerful women?
It's a privilege. It's
It's a
rare.
luxury,
Yeah.
honestly. Being in such a diversified show, portraying such powerful female roles, it's, for me, I've worked 39 years, this is the first one.
Wow. Wow.
In this scale, the most diversified I've ever been.
Well, we're glad you guys are here.
Yeah,
We're
thank
glad
you.
you guys are here.
Thank you.
So just one last quick question, just for fun. We know what you are on the show, but if you personally had a choice, would you be a Belter, an Earther, or a Martian?
Martian?
I'll say Earth and you can say Mars.
Shall we both say Earth?
Okay.
Earth must come first. Okay.
Earth.
Earth. Earth must come first.
Earth must come first.
Well, we know that obviously this last season has been rather explosive. Lots of things have happened. But we also know that the two of you your characters have shared some interesting connections.
Yes.
Where do you see the two of you guys going in the next season?
In very opposite directions. I think based on the big betrayal at the end of
Oh yeah,
it,
it's
so
a big
I think based on that it's
world-ending proto-molecule.
no, based on that so far they're not doing too well, but
Yeah, I mean, you know,
maybe they'll be able to fix it. I don't know.
You know, I think what's been interesting about this Rossi crew coming together, these four individuals who really didn't know each other that well when they started out on this adventure, the circumstances around them are so dire that they generally have to figure out a way to stay together, for their own survival and generally for a much larger purpose as well. So, despite the betrayal at the end of season 2, which really did shatter the trust amongst the Rossi crew. Thank you. I think the circumstances are as such that they probably have to figure out some way to get through, I would think. But we've only been shooting the first 2 episodes,
Yeah,
so
we've
we
only
don't really
seen
know
1 and
yet.
2,
So.
yeah.
Now, this is just to play devil's advocate. Do you think Amos might kind of sneak back into the picture for Dominique, for your character? No?
As a romantic,
Possibly.
I mean, he never was, so no. But he's equally as brokenhearted by what she done. Like they have a weird relationship. She's like a moral compass, and he's like her protective wolf. And his opinion has completely changed of her now. So that's another relationship that is going to change massively.
The Rossi crew's in a very precarious place in the beginning of season 3. But we've got to deal with some really serious stuff. So it's the balance between us holding it together and whether or not that's even worth it at this point. And then the events will dictate how that goes.
We have a fun question for you. We know what you are on the show, but if you were given a choice in real life, would you be a Belter, a Martian, or an Earther?
I think if the Expanse shows one thing, it shows that space is really hard to live in. It's a very hostile place. It's not fun at all. I feel the most for the Belters, but I'd be an Earther. It just is a nicer way to live.
I would just like to be a very rich Earth person. That lives in
Farm.
a big house like Jules Pierre now.
Right.
Not a bad life there, right?
Not bad.
Who needs space?
Yeah, please. Yeah. It's like being on a submarine all the time,
Actually, one of our friends really wanted to ask your character, Amos, if he was telling the truth when he said he was okay with Holden and Naomi getting together.
That's a great question. Never been asked before. Ultimately, yes. I think he is okay. I think Naomi's happiness is all that really matters to him. And if this is a situation that's working out and it's good for her, then yeah, he's okay with it. He's not jealous like ordinary people are. He's just it's fine.
He says it. He literally says how he feels.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If he says how he feels when he's set in there, you can trust. I mean, he'd do her if you give him a chance. But she's not in, so that's fine.
But what are you hoping that each of your characters gets a chance to either explore or do in the next season?
Alex, in the past 2 seasons, has been very reactive. He's been somebody who is just basically trying to keep his family safe, and we come from the Canterbury, we're on the run, we're basically just trying not to die, and I think he's always been just trying to keep it safe. I think what would be a really interesting journey to go on is for Alex to, on his own, without the influence of the people who are much more opinionated, like Holden and Naomi, make a decision to get something done and to do it on his own, because he's never the one to make the decision and get something done. He never drives the big decision process. He always just reacts. I think that would be an interesting way to go.
And I think, Naomi's been Amos's moral center throughout the whole series, and I think having that explode with her betrayal, I'm looking forward to kind of really exploring the complexities of Amos and who he is without the influence of Naomi.
Last quick question.
Yeah.
Now we know who you are in the series, but you as personally, like, would you choose to be an Earther, a Martian, or a Belter?
One thing I've learned in the Expanse is how hard. Well, I learned it with Apollo 13 too, but how hard it is to survive in space.
You were
how
on
hard,
Apollo 13?
I was in Apollo 13.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I looked like Tom Hanks in it, but that was me.
Okay.
But I was a character, and
Yeah,
But what I really learned and understood is how hard it is to survive in space, and it's a struggle every single day. So I'm an Earther all day, and I would want to live in Holden's Ranch, because it's the only place that we've seen the show where I'm like, I could live there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I would be happy with losing the creature comforts of home, but philosophically, I love the Martian mentality of an entire planet, 15 million people all unified towards one common goal, all trying to achieve something. That doesn't exist on our planet right now. We are all fractured and marginalized and competition, and we all hate each other. We could accomplish so much if the whole planet was unified towards one thing.
Who do you hate? We don't hate anybody.
You don't hate anybody?
Yeah,
well, you don't really like Canadians like that. I've noticed that.
But it's not hate.
I'm Canadian.
I know. I love Canadians. I don't know
You
where
bust
you're
my
getting that
chops.
from.
So I'm just
Canadians are the sweetest people on the planet.
Yeah. We're aggressively polite.
Canadians are Earth Martians.